My name is Jonas, da 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 da. So are the games of our lives. Thanks for listening to the podcast, da 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 da. And these are the games of our lives. With Bill and Tony. Super Mario and Pokemon and all the games that took us to another place and made us want to keep playing all night. These are the games of our lives.
Welcome everybody to the Games of Our Lives podcast. My name is Bill, accompanied as always by that smooth-voiced, tall, dark, and handsome, wonderful man, Tony.
Hi.
Tony, what video game are we talking about today?
Guitar Hero.
Listen, you're a hero in my eyes, Tony. I'm ready to jump right into this episode. How about you?
I'm ready.
So we're going to get into the news. This was a big news week for the show. We are a bunch of Nintendo babies, of course. And this week was the February annual 2022 Pokemon Presents.
Wait.
What?
I forgot to ask how you're doing again.
I'm doing great. I'm fired up. The news this week was absolutely insane, and our predictions were spot on, as always.
I knew that was going to happen, too. We said that.
Yep, we called it. Pokemon in space. We mispronounced. We said space, but we meant Spain.
In, like, Italy, yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue good, so it's kind of just implied.
Right, so all of our listeners of last week's episode, you got the picture. But let's just jump right into this one, because Pokemon, big news. They opened up with Pokemon Go Alola, so some Alola Pokemon are coming to Pokemon Go. I don't know if that means the Alola Dex or just like two Pokemon from Alola. Tony, as our resident Pokemon Go expert, what are your thoughts on this Alola expansion?
I actually stopped playing Pokemon Go for like a month now, and it's been great not playing it. I think it's going to be the same unraveling as they do whenever they release a new gen. It's just going to be like the Rattata and the Pidgey of the gen, and maybe the starters will be pretty hard to come by, and then they'll start to give you one line at a time over the course of a year, and that's not really nice. So it's cool that you're going to see, some cool Gen 6 starters, but, if anyone enjoys it, that's great. But I'm happy to not be so into that anymore. Dude, I got other games to play. No more look at. The only thing now when I turn on my phone, honestly, my go-to thing, because I have so few things to do on my phone, is I check my emails. That's the first thing I do when I open my phone screen. I go in my notes, I'm like, all right, anything on my to-do list, and then maybe I'll check Instagram to see if anyone liked a picture, and that's it. Like, no TikTok, no Facebook. I like YouTube when I eat, maybe have a little snack, but no phone stuff for me, really, except them emails, baby.
Hey, that's healthy, man. That's a healthy lifestyle change, dropping Pokemon Go. I would recommend it to anybody. Also, you said something, and it kind of sat with me weird, because I don't know if we've mentioned this on the show, but I pronounce that Pokemon differently. Now, you called it Rattata. I call him Rattata. And I've been buried on multiple occasions for that pronunciation.
I don't think you're at fault for pronouncing it that way, and I've completely exhausted all my resources on trying to understand Pokemon pronunciations, and the key to that was, and maybe we did this in a very early episode, I'm pretty sure we did, but the Pokemon that's spelled Gible, if you want to figure out how to pronounce that, it won't make any sense no matter which way you say it, and I've heard it like 9 different ways, so that's my final straw. So Rattata, Ratatata, whatever you want to pronounce it as, you're 100% right in my book.
Gible. And that's canon. Well, I mean, like, you what you said, it makes sense, because look at Arceus. It used to be Arceus, but they retconned it because they didn't want a Pokemon that sounded like a butt.
Yeah, but they made it that way.
Well, they changed it. It was Arceus. Unless I'm Berenstein Bearsing myself, and I got some Mandela effect going on. But I feel like it used to be Arceus, and now it's Arceus all of a sudden.
Those Mandoli effects destroy me.
Those ravioli effects just turn my brain into spaghetti. That's for sure.
Dude, Berenstein is so far. My friend told me how it was spelled, and I'm like, oh, of course. And then I looked at it, and I was like, it's like, it's not Bernstein, it's Berenstain, not Berenstein, Berenstain, like STA. I can't believe it. How did, like, thousands of people have that in their head for so long?
Maybe as little babies, as we were learning how to read, we just don't know how to read. And that's why a whole generation misremembered this whole phenomenon.
It's insane.
But it should be called the Berenstein Bears effect, not the Nelson Mandela effect.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense to me why they call it that. But I'm sure there's a logical reason.
There's probably some sort of historical value to that. But let's jump back to Pokemon, shall we?
Sure, yeah, sorry.
A couple of other announcements. And Tony, I want some real in-depth thoughts here. We got Pokemon Masters EX celebrating 2.5-year anniversary. Celebrating half-year anniversaries next. Pokemon Cafe Remix got a Victini on the way. Nobody cares about that. Pokemon Unite got a whole thing called Fury Battles, as well as a Pokemon named Hoopla. Just kidding. I'm happy for all the people who like Pokemon Unite, but come on, Hoopla? Really? And also Pokemon Unite? Really? And then Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl has Shaman available now, so that's all right. Can I go on the offensive here, Tony?
Please.
I think Shaman is one of the lamest legendary Pokemon in the history of Pokemon.
Really?
I don't know why I don't like the little pretty hedgehog, but he's just like he's like the most afterthought Pokemon I've ever seen.
I like the Sky form. I like when it's a little dog. I think it's pretty cool in the lore behind it. Oh, it's like a legendary. It's this cool dog. But when it's a little rodent or whatever it is, it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, it's not one of my favorites. Not even close. Probably one of my least favorites. Yeah, okay, I hate it. All right, I can't stand the little shit.
You heard it here first, folks.
No, I didn't mean it.
We hate Shaman.
No, we hate him or her.
We hate it. It's a rat.
This family's never gonna have a rat.
Now, the last two pieces of news in the Pokemon Presents are actually relevant. We'll start off with the one that's been keeping my life under wraps for the last 7 days, and this is the Pokemon Legends Arceus Daybreak update, which totally revolutionized the way mass outbreaks of Pokemon happened, added about 3 to 4 hours of story, and really changed the game as far as shiny hunting goes. Tony, what are your thoughts on this new update?
Boo! Boo!
What specifically are you booing?
The shiny mass outbreak hunting method. They patched it up, and you can't do it anymore. Well, you can, but you can't, like, reset, go back to Jubilife, go back. And once you go back to Jubilife, it's gone. It's patched.
Yeah, you can't re-roll your Pokemon anymore.
Yeah, that's just, if you're gonna start the game with something like that, a nice thing that, not nice, but just I don't know, a nice workaround to make shiny hunting a little easier so we don't have to pull our hair out to try to get shinies. You're doing us a courtesy, so maybe don't take that away from us. And now you just changed all of it and made it very difficult and very grindy, and the odds are a little worse, and it's much more, you don't have control over the Pokemon you're going after. It's all the other stuff doesn't really matter too much to me. I feel like that was the main thing, the new outbreak method, and I'm just not a fan of it and what they did at all. And I actually, ever since that came out, I did 1 or 2 of those. I didn't find any shinies. It took maybe like 45 minutes of just kind of like learning what they were, and then I haven't picked up the game since. I'm just like, yeah, I'm good on Arceus right now. Arceus.
Wow.
That's how I feel, baby.
I could not feel more different about this update.
That's rare.
So I'm currently 170 hours deep into Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I feel like All right, Game Freak is already giving you a bunch of pluses when it comes to shiny hunting from the get-go because shiny odds are doubled if you reach level 10 on your Pokedex, and then they're, I think, 5x'd or 4x'd if you get the shiny charm on top of that, which is very easy to get in the game. And then if you perfect dex something, that adds another couple of rolls. Now, with the mass outbreaks, there's now two types of outbreaks. There's mass outbreaks, and then there's massive mass outbreaks, where your odds become basically like 1 in 150, 1 in 250, respectively. And while it's basically impossible to target specific Pokemon, it's still doable. And the fact that shiny Pokemon feel much more random now, I feel like my shinies per hour ratio has remained largely unchanged, believe it or not, but it really has created a thriving trading community online. So I'm actually a big fan of the update, and a lot of people are going for shiny living dexes right now, myself included. I'm at about 160 out of the 224 available shinies.
Nerd.
It's been fun.
You hear that, guys? You hear that, guys? This guy's a nerd.
Imagine a nerd talking on a video game podcast. Ew. Gross.
Well, agree to disagree, I guess. I'm happy you're having fun with it, and I'll say it, and now it finally applies to you, but I'm happy that anyone could enjoy, this game, but it's just, or different parts of the game, and I didn't think I'd ever be saying it about this game since having played it, but, yeah, just not for me.
That's fair, and I totally understand, the perspective where people are turned off by the new update. It really does change the game, so it's understandable. I think the change was going to be polarizing as it is, and you're witnessing it here, folks. Polar opposites. Let's reunite. Let's talk about something we can both get behind, and that's Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Generation 9 was announced for a 2022 release, which is absolutely insane. Tony, what happened in Pokemon? Like, what's going on?
I think they went to Italy.
It's definitely like I think it's Spain or Italy, but it's very like seaside, European vibes. Very pretty area. So the trailer opened up, and let's be real. Did you think Detective Pikachu?
I got it spoiled for me, to tell you the truth.
So, did you not watch it live?
I didn't watch it live. I was coming back from a concert from the night before, so we were in New York, and then I just got a text. I looked at my phone, and it just said, "Bro, you see Gen 9?" And I was like, "Oh, come on with that text. You can't send me that text." It wasn't you, it was someone else, but then I also had a text from you, and it just said, like, "Dude," with a lot of U's. And see, that's the text I need. That's the hype without giving it away. But yeah, that was, it was a deflator. But still excited to hear that there is a Gen 9 coming out.
Yo, wag the finger real quick to people who spoil things via text.
I could wag.
Now, the cool thing about this game, it looks like Pokemon Legends Arceus was almost a beta test for Gen 9, and I feel like they were going to tweak the game to be either more like Gen 8 or more like Arceus, depending on the reaction to Arceus. And it looks like this game is just a Pokemon Legends Arceus game with 8 gyms and an Elite Four. Can you ask for anything more than that?
No, that's pretty much exactly what I want.
Yeah, so I think this might be the most anticipated Pokemon game to come out in the last, I don't know, probably since maybe Gen 7. I can't remember being as hyped for like a mainline Pokemon game in a long time. The game looks gorgeous. The graphics are better than Legends Arceus. The question now becomes, how many Pokemon will be in this generation? Is the answer going to be all of them?
That is the question.
Right? And at this point, Legends Arceus has 242 Pokemon in it total, and it is a full game. I really believe that they can get away with having only like maybe 500 Pokemon and it being a fine experience. However, I'm just one person. Tony, what are your thoughts?
Oh, it's always a tough one for me because I think they're more than capable of having all of the Pokemon, and now we're talking close to a grand, right, in Pokemon.
Assuming this has like the same number of new Pokemon as every other previous generation, I think we're eclipsing the 1,000 mark for sure.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane for anyone that wants to get into Pokemon now that needs to catch up. That is, and I still like have trouble remembering things sometimes. But yeah, a box of ZD, 1,000, a G Note, that's insane. And although I think it's possible to put them all in the game, I think it's probably difficult throughout an 8 gym storyline to try to disperse, 1,000 Pokemon in there. But I just think post game, in order, to play competitively against other people and stuff. I mean, Gen 8 was fine. It's a controlled meta when there's only X amount of Pokemon as opposed to all the Pokemon in existence. Although the incorporation of the new Pokemon from the current gen does shift it a little bit, as well as new abilities and whatnot, and they could kind of tilt that. But me, I'm a big competitive guy, so yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be fine either way. But as a Pokemon fan and as having such a amazing game as Arceus, and now knowing that we get that experience with Generation 9, I would love to be able to have all my Pokemon, or at least like Ampharos, and Swampert and stuff in there. A lot of Kanto Pokemon made it to Arceus, I noticed when I look back on it, when I play it still, I'm like, a lot of Kanto Pokemon, but
I think that's intentional, though.
yeah, I think so too, but I don't know. I don't know. I think it'll be fine either way, but I mean, obviously, I want every Pokemon to be in the newest game so we could enjoy them.
So 3 Pokemon have been revealed about the new generation, and it's the starter Pokemon. And in traditional starter fashion, we have a grass type, a fire type, and a water type. Tony, can you describe these Pokemon? None of them were Bleep Blorp, by the way. I was wrong there.
Close. But instead of Bleep Blorp, we got Sprigatito. And that is a little grass cat. Kind of looks like Litten, but a little cuter, a little light-hearted. Maybe not cuter, I don't know. Anyone that likes cats, you got a special taste for what's cute anyway, right? And then we got Fuecoco. And that's a little crocodile kind of guy with a little gator with a big little mouth. And
he's like a pepper.
Yeah, they slap a little slice of cheese on his belly, and yeah, that's just how they just how they make them now. And then you got Quaxly, and that's that's a little duck with a hat on, a little sailor duck. And to tell you the truth, I love all of them. I think they're great. I think they're much better than last gens. And what do you think about them?
I would die for Fuecoco. Straight up, one of the most adorable Pokemon I've seen in a long time. Although Nintendo or Game Freak has had a penchant the last few generations of having like absolute banger, like 10 out of 10 starter Pokemon, but then they evolve into absolute nightmares, and I end up hating most of them.
Yes.
Gen 8 stands out to me. I didn't like any of the 3 final forms. I think Scorbunny was... I hate the final form of Scorbunny.
I don't like any of them.
So I'm reserving judgment. I don't want to see this little grass cat turn into a bipedal, wrestler. And are we gonna get Swanner 2.0 with Quaxly? And please let Fuecoco become a fire dragon Pokemon. That would be so sick. Do we have a fire dragon Pokemon in Pokemon yet?
A fire dragon?
Like type fire/dragon.
Just Turtonator, I think.
And that Pokemon is ridiculous. So we deserve a good fire dragon Pokemon.
Wow, cover your ears, Turtonator fans.
I'm sorry. I just think Turtonator looks like a comic book pow, like Batman image, and I can't take it seriously.
That's fair. There are so many Pokemon, it's hard to like all of them, especially when some of them are pretty bad.
That's why it's called Gotta Catch 'em All, not Gotta Love 'em All.
Oh, but I actually love them all.
I can't wait to see what the Rattata of this generation is.
Oh, the Rattata? Yeah, me too. Also the Pidgey. No, I'm just kidding. That's a stretch.
And the Gible. Now, that's it for the Pokemon news this week. There are a couple other things that we need to talk about real quick before we talk about the game of the week. They did a little data mining of Nintendo Switch Sports, and they found text for basketball and dodgeball in the files. So possibly some more sports coming in the future. Something to keep an eye out. Is there a dream sport, Tony, that you would want added to Nintendo Switch Sports?
Backgammon, maybe?
Yeah, I could see Ultimate Backgammon being a really fun game to play. Especially wibbling the woggle stick. It's something that is just tailored to the Switch, you know?
Yeah, I've been waiting to wibble my woggle stick for years, you know? Any game any dream sport you're hoping for?
Yeah, so I was hoping for outer space cave spelunking. I think that would be a really, really fun sport. It was just in the Beijing Olympics. Of course, Sweden won. Guten McFlutenberg hits the gold, and he deserved it. Just want to be like my hero Guten.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to take anything away from McFlukenberg. Anyone that puts that amount of time in, you know, you got to be gifted and also just practice. And at the end of the day, one hand washes the other. Rome wasn't built. Every cloud has its silver lining, right? So,
amen, brother. Amen. Last piece of news before we wrap things up here. Today marks the launch of the Kirby and the Forgotten Land playable demo. Just came out, I believe, today. So the first few levels are available, and I will absolutely be playing that this weekend. We get to test out mouthful mode, baby.
I feel like I test it out every week listening to you.
That's not nice.
That's not nice.
But I'm hoping it's good.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure it'll be great. Yeah, great game. It looks good.
Speaking of great games, Tony.
Hit me. Is this it?
This is it.
Yes!
This is it. Folks, we are talking about the legendary video game franchise Guitar Hero. This week, we are going to be talking about kind of the series as a whole. I know we kind of fluctuate between single game outings and series outings, but I feel like Guitar Hero, really you can kind of cover it all in one go. The game came out initially in 2005. I think it was a PS2 exclusive at launch, but has since spanned all three major consoles and arcade as well. Tony, what is your favorite memory of Guitar Hero?
Probably when the game enveloped me so much to make me feel like such a guitar legend that I was actually finding myself just like smashing the guitar on the floor in anger one time. That's probably my greatest memory, my happiest moment with the game.
I mean, that's just selling the bit right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just being a good showman. But for those who don't know, Guitar Hero is a rhythm game where 5 colored notes scroll towards you on the screen, and there is a guitar-shaped controller with corresponding buttons that you need to strum along to hit the notes and continue playing the song. Man, it was one of those things where it was like a blazing supernova that burned so bright and then disappeared as quickly as it came on. It really was only a big thing for maybe 6 or 7 years, and that was it. And it really hasn't come back since. So the first game was Guitar Hero 1, and it featured somewhere in the ballpark of 40 songs where you get to play along. And the thing about this game, so Guitar Hero started out, and they did not have the licenses to all the songs. So most of the songs that you played in the game were actually covers of top hits. Including Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult, Fat Lip from Sum 41. And remember, this game came out in 2005, so a lot of this music was like, hell yeah, when it came out. But a ton of just solid metal and rock You had Ramones, you had Megadeth, you had Incubus, those three incredible metal bands. And it was a really, really just fun game. It was one of the most entertaining multiplayer games, like couch multiplayer games, that I've been a part of and was able to play. I remember the first time I ever played this game, I was actually visiting my friend Matt, our friend Matt, up in college, and he had a copy of Guitar Hero Encore Rocks the 80s. And I was playing it one night, and while he was asleep, I played through the entire soundtrack on easy mode because I never played guitar before, and I was like, all right, let's just have fun with it. I got home from that weekend and immediately bought a PlayStation 2 and a copy of Guitar Hero, and I probably have sunk close to 200 hours into the franchise.
Wow.
Tony, do you have like a favorite Guitar Hero game?
I think I really got into it when the third one came out, Legends of Rock. I think that's in my head where the franchise peaked for some reason. And yeah, I really wanted one. I think it was for my birthday I got the set, the guitar, and in the game for the Wii. And I was hooked. I did the same thing as you. I started on easy. I said, all right, I'm awful with guitar in real life, so let me just see if I could do this. And then easy turned to normal, and you work your way up to expert. And I could never beat every song on expert, but I could probably play like half of them, I think, something like that. And it's a challenging game, and it's just one of those games that's so genius because it's such a good multiplayer couch game, because even when you're not playing, it's so easy to pass the controller off to someone else and watch them play a song, because you still get to enjoy the music from it. So you're really not just like antsy, like, oh, I can't wait, I need to do something. It's so hard to sit here. Like, you're still being entertained. And I think alternate games like that, alternate turn games rather, this is one of the better ones in sense of keeping a room very engaged, which is hard to do.
You know what? The other thing about it is when you do play, so you can play competitively against each other in a head-to-head.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing is, if you have two players at different skill levels, you can set one player to play on like hard or expert, and you can have the other player set to easy or medium, and the scores will kind of be right in that same realm. So while you may be better than a person, someone on medium could still win because that's their speed, and you can't quite keep up. And I remember playing, it was one of like the like number one, like my high school friends, whenever we hung out, we would often play Guitar Hero, and we spent many a night just playing that. And one of our friends was like chronically terrible at the game, so he peaked at medium. Listen, medium is still not super easy for those who've played the game, and he was able to hold his own on medium. But I lost in like one of my favorite songs. I was like, no, and he just rocked it, and I was just like, man, my name's not Jonas.
Ooh.
But I think you're correct. I think Guitar Hero 3 is where the game absolutely, I don't know if it's where it peaked, but it's where it took off.
Yeah, I was just going to ask what your favorite is. Is 3 your favorite?
No, 3 is not my favorite. I think 3 is like a 9 out of 10 Guitar Hero game. Okay. I really think it's awesome. I think that Guitar Hero World Tour, the follow-up to it,
really
might be my favorite, or maybe even Guitar Hero 5.
Wow.
One of the things about the Guitar Hero franchise is over time they started adding DLC music. And Guitar Hero 3, you were able to download some music, but World Tour and Guitar Hero 5 is really where like the DLC really, really came into play. I couldn't even tell you how many songs there are for download. It's somewhere in the multiple hundred. I don't think it's as big as Rock Band. Rock Band had easily over 1,000 songs available. But Guitar Hero, between 4 and 5, had a ton of DLC, and I think just had like the biggest variance in total number of tracks. because I'm pretty sure Guitar Hero 3 had somewhere in the line, like the ballpark of like 50 some odd main tracks. I'm sorry, it had 73, but 42 were part of the main set list. Whereas World Tour had 86 songs and Guitar Hero 5 had 85 songs in the main soundtrack. So they were just bigger games. Plus, Guitar Hero World Tour brought on the addition of bass guitar, drums, and vocals, which was a huge competitive step for Guitar Hero. It was definitely a decision made out of necessity, not out of their own thinking, because Guitar Hero had a competition going on with a rival game called Rock Band, which had all these different instruments, and some people like it more. I don't know.
Are you making all this up?
Yeah, this is all just like a dream sequence. You'll wake up soon. No, but so the thing is, Rock Band also came out, and Rock Band introduced the ability to have vocals, bass guitar, and drums on the screen at the same time as the guitar. So up to 4 friends could play together, or like 2 friends and then 2 people that you're like, please, can you play with us? We really need to set up the whole 4. I gotta get I gotta get this achievement. But I remember going to Alex's house, Alex, who we had on the show last week, or 2 weeks ago now. We would go over to his house and we would have the whole setup where we'd all be playing Guitar Hero together.
That's sick. I've never done that with a full setup.
It is loud, and you better hope the person on vocals knows what they're doing. Although I'll say the vocals are relatively forgiving in this game.
Really? Yeah, what's that like? Is it like at the end of it, you turn around and Simon and Randy and Paula are there, and he's just like, oh, that was absolutely appalling.
That is... How did you know? You must have played it. There's no way you didn't.
Never played it. That's just a guess.
Then how would you know that Simon, Paula, and Randy are right there waiting for you at the end of every song that you sing and gives you the full judgment?
I was just hoping.
It's pretty exhausting for them. Like, how could they just be in multiple places at once? Because there's never just one person playing Guitar Hero at a time, at least during its height. Nowadays, it's probably close to that, but...
I didn't realize they had to do every review live. That's...
Yeah, you have to, like, sign paperwork to have them fly out before you can even play.
Oh, it must be an Activision game, then.
It is Activision Mumbo Jumbo. Classic Activision.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to play that shit, then. Give them a day off.
Hey, you know what? They're still traveling the world to this day.
That's insane, yeah. Until they take the servers down, they kind of have to, right?
Right, kind of. You know what? Good on them, I guess. Really getting their mileage in.
It's a huge commitment.
Huge commitment. Oh my gosh. So, the next expansion on top of adding multiple instruments came in Guitar Hero 5, which introduced this concept called party play, where you could, mid-track, just pick up or put away instruments. So you could have one person playing guitar, and then a second person could also join either on guitar or any other instrument, like mid-song, and it would just be a continuous set list. And I think that is the best party experience for Guitar Hero, because you could just bang up a set list, and then anybody could jump in and drop out as they please.
That's cool.
I think that was super, super cool. I think the biggest problem that Guitar Hero had, you know, tell me if you sense something here, but we have Guitar Hero 2005, Guitar Hero 2 2006, Guitar Hero Encore Rocks the 80s 2007, Guitar Hero 3 2007, Guitar Hero 4 2008, Guitar Hero Aerosmith 2008, Guitar Hero Metallica 2009, Guitar Hero 5 2009, Guitar Hero Smash Hits 2009, Guitar Hero Van Halen 2009, Band Hero 2009, Guitar Hero 6 2010. I was going to say, safe to say 2009 was the year.
I just picture a guy like in a big chair, just kind of curling the ends of his mustache one at a time and being like, it's good, we're doing good, but more next year. And then he's just like, I said more. And just like every year until 2009, it's just like, all right, finally we have 8 iterations in 1 year. Perfect.
Man, that guy was doing the work, because that's what was that 4 or 5 titles in 2009 alone.
I think so.
Guitar Hero's biggest enemy ultimately wasn't Rock Band, it was itself. The fact that they put out a total of 12 titles, and that's not to mention the Nintendo DS titles, which there were 2 little Guitar Hero handheld games. A little bit of Guitar Hero fatigue set in, and hard to blame them, let's be real. Like, that's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The game kind of fell off after 2009, 2010. There really wasn't another Guitar Hero until 2015, where they launched Guitar Hero Live, which completely changed up the way the game is played. Used a totally different guitar controller. They got rid of the bass guitar, they got rid of the drums, they got rid of the microphone, and it was just back to Guitar Hero and guitar only. And it literally it shut down within, I want to say, a year or two, the
Wow.
online service for that. But Activision did sell the studio of Guitar Hero to Ubisoft. Who's to say maybe another Guitar Hero wouldn't come back eventually? But in 2020, all online servers for every Guitar Hero game was shut down on PS3 and Wii. The only open servers right now are on the Xbox 360.
Relevant.
My question to you is this. If they announced a Guitar Hero today for the Nintendo Switch and like other consoles, would you get it?
I'll probably get it, yeah. Would you get it?
I think I would get it on one condition.
Paula and Randy and Simon?
No. Give me the Gibson Explorer from Guitar Hero 3 as the controller. And I'm in, baby.
Dude, I had a sick controller. I always find them at Goodwill for like $3, and I would trade them into the game store right next door for like $12. And I'm like, man, I should have kept all of them. I was making quick flips. I would have had a nice collection of guitars right now.
Yeah, they are hard to find too, and expensive these days. I do have a wired Gibson controller for the Xbox at home, but it almost makes me want to, next time I'm back home, get my Xbox and bring it back with me to play Guitar Hero just in my downtime when I'm not shiny hunting in Legends Arceus.
I think Guitar Hero is such an impactful game that I find myself going back to it once a year, maybe once every other year, and just being like, oh, I'm on a little Guitar Hero kick for a week or something. I think it's made that much of an impact on me that I like the idea of it so much that I can always go back to it for a little bit and be like, this game did a really good job, and I really put, some sub-hundreds, probably it's like sub-1,000 hours, but I'm not sure how many exactly, but I've definitely put a lot of time into it by my idea of what a lot of time in a game is. Yeah, I don't know. I think basically on the Switch principle that every iteration of a game that comes out on the Switch is like close to its best version. I would just assume that a Switch version would be good, and when I see Guitar Hero Live for like PS4 in Walmart, I'm just like, that looks like poo-poo garbage, and I don't even consider it a real thing. But when I think about Guitar Hero 3, I'm like, oh, that's one of the best games ever. That game's amazing. And it's funny that they all came out in such a short span, because they're basically all on the Wii except for 1 and 2 and a couple other ones, but I have like 6 or 7 out of the 8 or 9 for the Wii, and I really only just play 3. I mean, like Legends of Rock, and I'm like, I should just play the other ones because they're all probably really good, and that's like new Guitar Hero content. And if one came out for the Switch, I'd probably get it to have that on the shelf. I think it'd be a great game.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you, and you're right. They did release just about every single game for the Wii, and the Wii guitar was a little bit different than the other guitar controllers, because the Wii guitar did require you to stuff your Wii remote into the guitar controller, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
which I think was an interesting decision. I'm not saying whether I agree or disagree with it, but I disagree with it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It always felt like a weird decision to me. Just sell the guitar and make it a controller. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I disagree. I like stuffing it in there.
Fair enough. Hey, to each their own.
No, I'm right and you're wrong.
Wow.
No, just kidding. Just kidding. You're right.
Hurt
Everyone,
my feelings, why don't you?
No, everyone can have their opinion.
No, they can't.
Well, it depends what it is, right? No, I'm just kidding. Always a happy medium. Always a nice middle ground. That's what we should all strive for, right? Understanding and empathy, right? And the best for all life. Anyway, next.
I'll agree with you if we agree on one thing. Who's your favorite rocker to rock as? Because in the first few Guitar Heroes, there are a set of characters, whereas in the later games you can just make your own character. But who is your guy or girl?
Probably Slash.
Slash was featured in Guitar Hero 3. I always liked Axel Steel.
Yeah, that's the big guy?
Yeah, just like the big metal dude.
Yeah, he was burly.
He was a burly character. Although you could play as Ozzy Osbourne in World Tour and, listen, underrated, but you could play as Taylor Swift in Band Hero.
Can you really?
Yeah.
That is so funny.
And Band Hero is, it's essentially a Guitar Hero game. The only difference is the set of songs are more like pop hits as opposed to guitar hits, or like rock hits. So the songs are easier. It's definitely like an easier game. But listen, it's got Picture to Burn, baby. And when that song was hot, it was hot.
It actually sounds fun because I like pop music the most. So I'd like to play some of those songs.
I mean, there's I'll give you just like a handful of the artists that are in Band Hero.
Hit me.
And you let me know what your thoughts are. You got Jackson 5, you got Joan Jett, you got Janet Jackson, you got Evanescence, All American Rejects, No Doubt, Culture Club, Dashboard Confessional, Marvin Gaye, The Rolling Stones, The Turtles, No Doubt, Carl Douglas, Papa Roach, Taylor Swift, Pat Benatar, Hinder, Lips of an Angel, which is a very problematic song, but when that song was on the radio, was one of the most popular hits of its time.
How does it go?
Honey, why you calling me so late? It's kind of hard to talk right now. And it's a song about infidelity. But during the Xbox 360 era, and I remember specifically Tyler and I, whenever we would sign on and get into a party together, we would always open up the conversation just, honey, why you calling me so late? Every single time, and it was so good. Also, Maroon 5, Hillary Duff, Fall Out Boy, Snow Patrol, and Devo, and like Village People, and there's like 80 songs. I could go on and on.
It's a good spread. It's a kind of a funny spread, I think. It has your it's almost like corny, kinda. It's like I could see like some of the punk bands and stuff. Oh, you sent me a link. Oh, what a guy! Hold on. Let's get the. Here we go. It's literally, you click on it and it is a picture of the link. All right, that's not what we want. Yeah, you hear. I hear Jackson 5 off the rip. I hear Marvin Gaye. I hear T Swift. I hear. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Look at this.
I mean, Love Story. Oh, poof.
Dude, Jesse McCartney, No Doubt, Allie and AJ, Yellow Card, Ocean Avenue. That's good. Duran Duran, Maroon 5, Fall Out Boy, Lily Allen, Nelly Furtado, Devo, Whip It. Of course, it's YMCA. Ooh, You Belong With Me. A good Taylor Swift songs. Good stuff on here. Some stuff that I wouldn't like too much, but probably like a 50-50, something like that, which is good enough for me. That's good content.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I mean, listen, a little impression that I get from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. What's not to love?
I'll pick that up next time I see it. That game's always been like $1, so.
Yeah, it still is only $1 probably.
That's so sad. That is just like all those artists work so hard on that music, and they eventually make it into a video game that they want people to enjoy. In that game, with a collection of songs on it like that, is literally worth like 99 cents.
Exactly. And it's a steal getting those games. I think they're a really good value right now. Unfortunately, it's the games that are cheap, but the hardware is expensive right now.
Yeah, the games are going up too a little bit, tell you what.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, all like Metallica, Guitar Hero 5, and there's another one too, Warriors of Rock. Those are all like $20 games each.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did not realize that. The Wii controllers right now, by the way, going on... Yeah, I don't know how much I would trust a video game controller from AliExpress, but but on eBay they're looking around $40, $50, but the wired controllers are going for like $200 to $300, and the wired controllers are where the value's at because there's zero latency with the wired controllers, so they're just giving you a more consistent strum.
For the Wii, they have them? Do they have wired ones?
They have wired ones, not for the Wii.
No. Oh, I was going to say, yeah, I think I have a wired one for PS2, but for the Wii, I'd be real surprised.
The wired one for the Xbox, the Guitar Hero Explorer, you're looking at like $80 to $100.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. PS2, you're looking at $60. Ain't cheap, buddy. Ain't cheap.
The old untested ones. They got a tested red one on eBay covered in stickers for like $40 for a PS2.
You can't trust one that's covered in stickers. That means somebody put their sticky hands all over it.
Nasties. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yo, wag of the finger to sticky hand controllers.
Ugh.
The worst.
The worst.
Any final words for Guitar Hero? I feel like we gushed over it pretty good.
I love it. How about all time, give me your top 3 favorite songs to play.
Top 3 favorite songs to play?
Yeah.
Why don't we go like 1-1-1-1-1?
Sure.
So.
But we have to sing them.
Yes, of course.
Even if there aren't any words.
Especially if there aren't any words.
Because
the first song that I'm going to pick is Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson. And there are no words in that song.
And how does that song go, Bill?
Yeah, so that for like 8 minutes, and it's a banger. It's pretty fun. Tony, what about you? What's one of your picks?
Give me you got a black magic woman, got
a little
black
Santana.
Magic woman, ba-da-doo-doo. I got a black magic woman. She's gonna do something to me if I could just remember the words. I got a black magic woman, and this is gonna be a weekly reoccurring segment that's gonna take over Live of the Week. If you're okay with it. Wanted to present it in the nicest possible way, and that's really the only like little gab I saw in the episode to ask you.
And that's from Guitar Hero 3, correct?
Yeah, they're all gonna be from 3. That's really the only one I played.
Fair enough. My number 2 pick is gonna come from Guitar Hero 2. I might actually like Guitar Hero 2's soundtrack more than Guitar Hero 3's soundtrack. Oh, man, I'm looking at the soundtrack now, and holy cannoli. But my pick is going to be, as much as I love Freebird, that's an 8-minute song, I really love playing Beast and the Harlot by Avenged Sevenfold. Nice little face melter. It's pretty dang good. And they got Sweet Child of Mine on there, too, which I like.
Ooh.
But that's just a nice little, I like that. But what's your next song?
I'm so unfamiliar with how that one goes, though.
Oh, what song?
The first
Beast
one.
and the Harlot?
Yeah.
Well, they go, The Beast in the Harlot. There's words. There's words, but I don't know. I've played the song over 100 times. I know 0 words to the song. I only know what the guitar sounds like.
You're deep when you're playing.
I feel that way about a lot of them, actually. Also, shout out to Trogdor being on Guitar Hero 2's soundtrack.
Trogdor, fan of the week.
Yo, shout out Trogdor, baby.
I'm really getting the weekly things messed up, but I'm getting them all very confused. How about that classic Kaiser Chiefs song Ruby? You know, the one that goes like Ruby, 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 what you doing?
It's a banger.
To me? I like that one.
That's a really good one. My last song is going to be from the classic Guitar Hero World Tour. Fantastic game. It's La Bamba by Los Lobos. And it goes, something, something La Bamba. Actually, one of the hardest songs in the game, believe it or not.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, pretty good song.
Huh. Well, I like a lot of these songs.
Yeah, it's a good soundtrack.
It's hard to pick. Yeah, it's hard to, even looking through 3, it's hard to pick like a top 3, and I'm kind of just picking ones that I like that I know I can get away with being silly singing. But I could definitely list off like 15 songs from this game soundtrack that I actually really, really like playing. But too bad, Tone, you only get 3. So my last song is gonna be... Ooh, I don't know. They all look so good.
I know what you're gonna pick.
No, there's no way you know.
I have it highlighted right now, and
right,
we'll see.
All right, hold on. There's no way. There's just because I grew up on like some Guns N' Roses stuff and like some like Blue Oyster Cult stuff, so I'm just like, all right, these songs are Scorpions. I don't even know if Blue Oyster Cult's in this game, but oh no, they are. Yeah, Cities on Flame. Anyways, I'm a little bit of out of left field. Where is it? I can't even find it on this list. I think it's the one that's like da 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 da. Note this out. Da 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 something. Da 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 da. I think that's Reptilia. I think that might be my favorite song to play.
Reptilia is an awesome song to play. That's by, I don't even know who Reptilia is.
The Strokes.
Is it The Strokes?
Yeah.
Is that not in this one?
That's in 3, my guy.
It is in 3?
Yeah.
Huh.
Also Impulse. That song slaps.
That's not the song I actually had highlighted. I had Pride and Joy by Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Ooh, not
highlighted for you.
even close, my guy.
I got one last question to ask you.
Okay.
What's the furthest? Because we've all done this. We've all attempted this.
I have a second.
What is the furthest you've gotten into the hardest song in Guitar Hero 3, which is, of course, the terrifying Through the Fire in Flames?
Oh, not even a second, I don't think.
I'll be honest with you, I've gotten past the intro and then died.
Maybe I've gotten past the intro. I don't remember. I'm not sure. I'd have to... I'm very... All right, wag of the finger to myself. I have 2 Wiis. I have my childhood Wii. It's in the box, and I don't feel like taking it out because I have a modded Wii that has Genesis and NES and SNES games on it, and I use that to play. And I don't know where I put it, and I've looked through all my bins and my video game stuff, and I just am having the hardest. I found my guitar with the Wiimote is still inside. The batteries are probably corroded, even though I played it a year ago, and I just can't find the dang Wii. But I want to play these games. I have 6 Guitar Heroes sitting on my shelf.
Play them, man. You gotta play them.
I'm gonna bust out the other Wii. I think that's just me being nitpicky because I don't like not knowing where my stuff is. But all these songs are so good, and I just want to have a smoke and sit down and play some Guitar Hero, you know? Like, sometimes nothing beats that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been really hankering for it. Really craving a good old Guitar Hero sesh. I ain't gonna lie.
We need one. We should have done one, like before we recorded a Guitar Hero episode, but now we'll talk about it next week after we both, bring back the Live of the Week segment and talk about what we've been playing and stuff like that.
Exactly. Tip of the hat for our ability to lie our way through a podcast week in and week out.
It's so impressive. It's so impressive.
Tony, do you have a tip of the hat?
I do have a tip of the hat this week, and this I may have actually tipped my hat to this before to these, but I'm gonna do it again because I'm a fan. How about peanut butter filled pretzel nuggets? Huh? Those are pretty good.
I get those at Costco every time I go. They are 10 out of 10 delicious.
So good, like that protein, the nice taste from the peanut butter, but then like the salty from the pretzel, and they're just like little poppable ones like from Trader Joe's. Oh man, even with the inflation, I'll spend $2.50 on a bag of those. I'll buy a couple, and I'll be all set for a little bit. How about you? Got any tips?
No, done like dinner for sure. Tip of the hat. Shout out. So, all right, it's kind of a tip and a wag combo. It started out as a wag, but became a tip of the hat. And Tony's aware of this because I texted him about it. But an initial wag of the finger at the Pokemon Legends Arceus online community, because my first experience with trading Pokemon in that game was kind of a poor one. We were talking trade deets, and the guy was just being really weird and cold the whole time. But then I was like playing the game a little bit more, and I ended up interacting with about 10 people last night specifically who really were super cool about trading Pokemon, and I am tipping my hat now to at least the Legends Arceus subreddits that have trades available. Big fan of the way people are working things out for the most part, and good on you, Legends Arceus fans.
All that sweet talking makes me sick.
How sick does it make you? Does it make you sick enough to wag your finger?
Oh yeah. That's the first thing on my list, the Legends Arceus Shiny Outbreak patch. That's where my finger is wagging to. You took a nice thing from us, and that's not nice. And I have to interact with more people.
I can get behind that wag.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to interact with people. I don't want to go on. This is a single-player game. This is a very inverted experience. I don't want to have to go on Reddit and trade with people. I want to use Assist Bot like I did on Gen 8, and I want whatever Pokemon I want with whatever stats and all that stuff, and I want it within 20 minutes for free.
What is a Assistbot?
Assist Bot is basically a robot that... Wow, okay, how do I explain this to an infidel? No, I'm kidding. It's basically just like people... I don't know how they create this bot that... just by putting in a certain command, like I could send you the link for the Discord I'm part of for Sword and Shield. You basically just write a Pokemon that you want, what level, what held item, what gender, what ability, its moves, its stats, if you want it shiny or not, in a format you could copy and paste it like an import-export kind of thing, and you just write a command in front of it like .trade and then paste that, and then basically you put it in a certain server, and the bot understands that, and it creates that Pokemon, and then will trade it to you via a link code that it'll send you when the Pokemon's made. It'll be like, alright, there are 15 people ahead of you in line right now that want Pokemon from me, and then it'll be about 18 minutes, and then you just... in that 18 minutes or whatever, even at the beginning, it'll say, here's a number for you, like an 8-digit link code, you put it in, or 4, whatever it is, and then you, I think it's 8, and then it'll pop up and be like, oh, a trainer has been found to trade with, and you could trade them anything you want. They'll trade you the Pokemon you asked for, and then you just get back in line. Once you're done, you could just rinse and repeat and get anything you want, and that is how I got everything I wanted in Gen 8 without having to get the expansion to get all the, the birds and all that stuff. Yeah, I want that to happen for Arceus.
I'm sure something like that will eventually become a thing where there'll be like a bot with a like trade code, and people will be able to just pop in the code and trade for whatever Pokemon they want.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I just don't like the It's just, I don't want to say it's a waste of time, because I love shiny hunting. I love shiny hunting. When I played Pokemon Go, I loved it. That was one of my favorite things. Even in Arceus, never really in the main series games too much, but in Arceus I was having fun with the odds. But sometimes it's just such like an endless, like, unrewarding grind sometimes, it just seems like it's gotten easier and easier, and even with the patch it's still fairly easy compared to other odds that we've had in the past, but it's still, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes it's a waste of my time. I'd rather be doing other stuff than just like soft resetting, or just like looking for this thing that I'm gonna leave in this game and then like not come back to. I'm like, if I could just get one for like nothing within 15 minutes, I think that's definitely worth doing, even if it is like cheating in a sense. It's like, as long as the Pokemon's legal, its stats aren't boosted, you're just cutting the time element away from it, I think it's okay. Everyone's trying to save time.
And I think there's still like a small element of that in the game. I completely agree with you, by the way. I mean, and that 15 minutes I think is generous, because in some cases I've definitely spent an hour plus resetting for a single Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like I was looking for Riolu one time, and I think I was resetting for a solid hour and change, because those little bastards get aggressive.
That's one I really wanted in Arceus, was a shiny Lucario. But then they patched it, and that was the one I was waiting to find, and now I'm just like, yeah, I'm all set.
You got the Zorua, or Zoroark, at least, and Zoroark is pretty sick.
Yeah, I did get a Zoroark. Yeah, I got some good ones that I really wanted. I got a shiny Umbreon, shiny Zoroark, shiny Snorlax, what was a Bonsly, and a shiny Crobat from a Golbat, and Zoroark. Yeah, and some other ones too, but yeah, I'm happy with those.
You got some of the good ones because, again, wag of the finger, and I cannot stress this enough, Garchomp and Gengar have two of the worst shiny variants I've ever seen in my entire life, and Game Freak should be ashamed. It's
yeah,
a hill.
I agree.
I'll die on that hill.
Yeah, they could change the name of, or the pronunciation of a Pokemon, but they can't change the shiny. I mean, come on, maybe.
I mean, listen, Gengar has the Gigantamax form, and shiny Gigantamax Gengar is white. It's sick.
It's sick.
It's one. Like, just make regular Gengar white.
That'd
be
Mega
awesome.
Gengar is badass, dude.
Seriously, like, come on, son.
Sorry, Dad. Got no say in it, Pops.
Does Mega Garchomp have a cool shiny?
I don't think so.
Is there a Mega Garchomp?
Yeah. Garchompite, I think you give it, and then it turns to the ones with, like, the blades for hands. I don't know what its shiny looks like, actually. Hold on.
Its shiny's actually sick. Never mind.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's absolutely super sick.
Hold on.
And I'm like mad that
It is sick.
It's bright purple with like pink tips on the blades. That's dope. Like, make regular Garchomp that color. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's badass. You can't take some of the coolest Pokemon ever made and then give them awful shinies and then give them a Mega form because they're so cool that they deserve one, and then make those shinies cool. It's like, come on now, you know better.
Devastated. I'm just devastated.
Preaching to the choir, my guy.
A wag of the finger to my heart.
Oh, no, come on.
It's broken.
No, that's not your heart's fault, buddy.
A wag of the finger to Game Freak for breaking my heart.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wag at them for a while because I like everything that they're doing. But yeah,
I know they literally it's just dub after dub after dub.
Yeah, they're on wag restriction for like a good couple years.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. Maybe they'll do something. Nintendo follows the 90-10 rule. Not like 90% of the game is literally perfect, but 10% of the game makes you want to put your head through a wall. So let's wait and see what that 10% is for this new Pokemon game. When they say there's only 173 different Pokemon that you can find. And it's all Kanto.
Oh, all right. That's the breaking point for me. I think that's the tipping point. Because I'm gonna be okay with however they do it. I think I'm going into it thinking that they know when they do good. I think Sword and Shield, we did a whole episode on it. You know how I feel about it, but they are doing very good now, And I think if
Right.
they decide to go only new Pokemon or only new Pokemon and Pikachu and friends or every Pokemon, whatever they do, I think it's going to be an enjoyable experience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we can't wait. Tony, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Mario Kart Double Dash, bro.
Ooh. So what's your winning combo? Like what's been your just kind of thoughts on the game? I know you were playing it a little last week, but expand.
It's definitely not a winning combo because I'm getting super frustrated. But I've been using Yoshi and Birdo, and basically a couple weeks ago, maybe a week and change ago, my friends came over to play some games. One of them pulled it off the shelf and said, "Let's try this Mario Kart." And I'm like, "Man, I've been wanting to play this forever. This is a really good idea." I think I said all this last week or whatever, but yeah, we played it a little bit, and then my friend's like, I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of other stuff that you can unlock, and I'm like, yeah, my save file doesn't even have anything on it. So then I said, you know what, for the next time we hang out, I want to unlock everything. It's Mario Kart, I could hang, I'll be alright.
For sure.
And it's a pain in the ass, man. It's definitely interesting transition to go from 64 and 8 Deluxe to go to GameCube because it handles differently. It plays pretty smoothly. I love the drifting, but it's coming out of certain drifts or certain just directions, I guess, where you're facing, where it's just sometimes hard to. And I guess you kind of cleared this up for me because we were talking about this earlier, but I didn't realize it's so heavily based off of like where the weight in the cart is, based off the front and the back, because I didn't think two light medium characters, I assume Birdo and Yoshi are, were to keep anything like back heavy, but the car seems like rear wheel kind of driven, so if I come out of a drift and I'm facing a certain way, like I've fallen off the map so many times, but they're still light enough so that if I'm in the air and someone hits me from the side, it pushes me off. It's just like in the forward momentum when you get hit by a red shell or something, takes me right off sometimes. I just fall off the map constantly, and it's very frustrating, but I am being more patient with it because I know it's a Mario Kart and I know it's a good Mario Kart. I could feel that and understand that at least. So when I put the game down, when I'm getting frustrated, I walk away, I go do something. A couple hours later, I do find myself coming back to it and being like, no, I can do that. It's just going to take some time. Like, don't give up on a game like this. It is a good game. And I'm happy I'm taking that approach to it. And I unlocked all the characters. I think there's like the Toad, Toadette, and then King Boo and Petey Piranha. So I just have to finish the carts. And just basically getting the new title screen, but I definitely can't do it like I did with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and get first place in like every single race. It's like I'm getting gold by the grit of my teeth, and some of these by a point or a couple points. It's I'm getting lucky, but I am enjoying the game. I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. I know it's your favorite.
It's understandable though. I think the maps are some of the strongest in Mario Kart history.
Yeah, very good maps.
But I will say, and I told Tony this before we talked about before we started recording rather, that Mario Kart Double Dash is definitely the most fast and loose Mario Kart in that you're going all over the place in this game. It is one of the more chaotic Mario Kart experiences just from a driving perspective. Plus, like drifting is very loose in this game, and
you think so?
I think so. I think the drifting is loose, like not in a bad way, but like I like it. Don't get me wrong, like I think it's my favorite drifting style. But like the way you can snake drift in this game, which is really cool.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's kind of tight.
Also, the AI is got some heavy rubber banding on board.
What do you mean?
Oh, where like if you are in first place and you're getting too far ahead, the AI will get automatic like speed boosts and catch up to you quickly.
Oh, that sucks.
It happens in most Mario Kart games. There's some rubber banding involved.
Huh. Not a big fan of that.
Yeah, I understand why it exists, but from like a game purist perspective, it's like let me enjoy the fact that I'm smoking these comms. Like I want to be happy that I'm absolutely burying a computer. You don't have to like put in fake difficulty just because I'm too good.
Yeah, I think if anything, I'm getting the the other side of that, where when I'm in the lead by a lot, I almost never lose that lead, but when I'm in the back of the pack, even at like the beginning of the third lap, I find myself like somehow finishing in first sometimes. So I think it's kind of working in my favor.
Yeah, it's interesting playing catch up in that game because it's super item dependent, and I think certain racers are just way better equipped for coming back as opposed to characters like, I don't know, like Peach and Daisy, who really they have defensive specials where, where other players have more offensive specials. Like I love the Koopa kids, or I'm sorry, like Paratroopa and Koopa Troopa, because they get them triple shells. Also, why would anybody take regular Koopa Troopa over Koopa Paratroopa? Triple red shells, baby?
That's
for free?
Insane. That's insane. Yeah, you give characters specials and all of a sudden, like, immediate tier list, so it makes for an interesting game, because I know Yoshi. I like the eggs, honestly. It's just like a red shell is good, and I see stars pop out of them, even though I'm bad at controlling, like, when the mushrooms pop out of them. Most of the time I miss the mushrooms and the stars, but just that chance is kind of nice, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm using like the most neutral characters like all across the board. It's like the Waluigi Racer is like 3-3-3, and before then I was using a 3-3-3 cart with two like pretty neutral weighted characters and neutral specials and everything that they come with. But I definitely want to change to some more broke. Yeah, you have any? I know you told me your team. You have like a top like tier list of the best characters, you think?
So my favorite combo is Toad and Baby Bowser, or Bowser Jr. I think he might be Baby Bowser in this game. Just I like the golden mushroom and the nice little giant Bowser shell. Petey Piranha and King Boo are a really cool combo because their special ability is that they can unlock any other character's special item, but it's random.
I love that.
But it's really cool. Plus they're pretty weighty characters, and as long as you're keeping your top speed up, then they're a really strong combo. Yeah, I don't really know what the tier list is as far as like, who's the best or whatever, but a lot of people are recommending that bullet car, the Bullet Bill car.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't even have that yet, I don't think.
It's a top speed car for lightweight characters. It's kind of like the opposite of putting like the bitty buggy and like all of like the high acceleration things on a heavy character. It's like reverse engineering that, basically.
That's cool. Well, tell me this. What have you been playing this week? And thank you for explaining all that to me, because I want knowledge, because I'm actually enjoying this game.
So I promised last week that I would play some more Elden Ring, and that was the lie of the week.
Lie of the week!
Because literally, we recorded the day before or 2 days before the Pokemon Presents, and then the Presents dropped, and they're like, new DLC literally today. So I played that, and I have not stopped playing it. I am working on a shiny living dex right now, and of the 224 total shiny Pokemon, which I'm debating in my mind right now whether I want to include all of the different forms of each Pokemon or just like one is enough. Like, for example, Basculegion male and female have two different forms.
Oof.
And it's like, I have both, but do I go for both Shelloses? Do I go for all of the Burmy and Wormadams? Do I go for 6 shiny Rotoms? Because you can have like the lawnmower and all that shenanigans too. Or do you just say one is enough?
That's tough. That's a tough one. That's up to the player, I think.
I think I'm starting to lean towards one is enough, personally, just because some of these Pokemon are going to just be so hard to find, and it's going to add so much more time. And I think I'm going to keep it as like a, if I get it, dope. If I don't, it's not the end of the world.
Okay. Kind
of situation. But I am, of the 224, or if you're accounting for all of the forms, it's like 244.
Wow.
I'm sitting at 160 shiny Pokemon right now. So I'm more than halfway there. However, there's a handful of Pokemon that are just really hard to find. So I am, we'll see.
Wow, good luck. You're doing really good so far. Very good.
Thank you, thank you. It's been a lot of work. I am 170 hours into Pokemon Legends Arceus, so
Well, you have like a good 100 hours on me.
yeah, it's the only thing I do when I'm not sleeping.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's literally the only game I've been playing this week besides Wordle.
Hey, you gotta keep up with the Wordles.
Yo, I got a couple in 3 this week. I was pretty pumped.
Wow, wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, it was honestly just like random. Like one of them was I only had one letter and I was like, all right, let's just go for it. And I think the word was like skill or something like that. And I was like, let's go, baby. Because my brain just automatically assumes they're gonna throw in some double letter shenanigans every time now,
Oh yeah, they'll do that. They'll trick you like that.
or like a double letter. Come on, son.
Yeah, I think vivid was a word, right? A couple days
Yeah,
ago.
vivid was a word, maybe like a couple weeks ago,
Ah,
and that one was a pain in my. That like went to 6 for me. That either went to 6 or was one of the words that I lost to.
yeah. I've only lost one so far, and I'm not happy about it. Out of like 40 or something like that, or maybe
Elder.
30. Was it Elder?
That was the one that got me.
Oh, I forget which one got me. It was I don't remember. GG though. Well played. I just couldn't figure it out.
It's a fun game. There's a ton of variants now too with Wordle. Like you've
Really?
got there's Quirtle, which is you have 8 total attempts or maybe 9 total attempts, and you have to solve 4 Wordles at once.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of insane.
That's sick. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, it's QUORDLE.
Shit,
And
thank
then
you.
there's also another game that I've been playing called Semantle. And it's a game of semantics, right? You have infinite guesses in this game, but the name of the game is to guess a word, and it'll give you like a hot and cold score based on how closely related your word guess is to the word. And, you know, I'm averaging somewhere in the ballpark of 70 to 250 guesses per word.
So that's
But
pretty
like,
good.
but you're like, damn, I gotta keep playing.
Is it one a day as well, or is it?
It's one a day as well, yeah.
Oh man, I'm on board. That's like the first thing I do to get my brain going. I wake up and while I'm in my bed, all comfy, I grab my phone, I go to Wordle, and then I put my phone down, or I check my emails and then I put my phone down because there's nothing left.
I mean, Wordle is just pretty good.
Oh, I want these other ones now. I'm gonna get obsessed. Thank you for sending me the links to Mantle and Quirtle. We will have something to talk about next week for sure.
Absolutely. Give them both a try because Semantle will definitely, unless you get it right off the rip, it's definitely a headbanger for sure.
I love words. You know me as the little rapper that I am. I love trying to piece stuff together like that. So I'm very excited for this and to get frustrated with it.
If you guys have any other word games that you'd like to tell us, let us know. You can follow the show on Twitter. You can follow the show on Instagram at Games of Our Pod. We are available on all listening services, including iTunes and Spotify. If you're listening on one of those, if you could give us a 5-star review or write a review, we will read it on the show and we will very greatly appreciate it. We also upload all these episodes to YouTube, so you can follow us there at Games of Our Lives. We want to thank you so much for listening to the show. We really appreciate you, and we hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoy talking about video games for you guys. You can follow Tony at The Poker Rapper on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch. You can follow myself, Bill, at Bill the Fajita on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Tony, sign us off, baby.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
See y'all next week.